Okay, so sorry I'm a bit late. I had to go get my daughter from work, and then I had to stuff some food into my gob and eat something because I hadn't really eaten all day. So apologise, but I have now eaten. I have my eyeballs on. I can see Wendy's online. See, there's about 6 people online so far. I'm just going to double check this thread just to make sure it works nicely. If it gives me a hard time, you know, this machine doesn't always like everything I give it. So I'm just going to release this, just see how it likes it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good. So, but the 8900, which is now superseded by a different model. Oh, yep, g'day, hi everyone. I'm just gonna, yeah, okay. So she's, yeah, I think that's the bobbin making that squeaky noise. That's okay. That happens. What I'm using is, you know, those glamour threads, those metallic ones. I've loosened off my bobbin, my tension, but I might just tighten her up a little. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm stitching over the top of an embroidery that my mum drew. That was one of mine. I've drawn it, but she's drawn it on with pen. The bobbin I can hear is carrying on. And instead of doing it by hand, I'm just going to go in and do straight stitches with the machine and hands, like just free motion quilt it. This was going to get thrown to the dogs, just so you know. But I thought it'd be a good one for a demo. So this is the thread that I've been talking about for sale. Hi, Ione, how are you, honey? Thank you again for all your help today. And I can see Debbie. Hi, Debbie, how you going? So this thread is, I'll just grab one. Oh, hang on. This is it here. This is the Aquary one. Yeah, that's what they've called it, just glamour. Doesn't actually have a name of the colour, just has, it's a rayon metallic. It's a 12 weight, there's 300 yards on there. Hi Judy, hi Chris. So 12 weight can go through the top of your machine. It's obviously got a loop in here somewhere. There's obviously something's gone wrong. I'll just snip that off, I think. Rather than try and save it. So I'm just stitching around the lines that were drawn with pen, with this type of stuff, but in a red. Hi Jenny, how you going? So these threads, I have a huge range of colours. Well, I'll say huge, there's about 40 of them. The noise you can hear my machine's doing is the bobbin is really low. I think I put in the same bobbin that played up on me the other day, and it was low, and I've forgotten until I've started sewing, but that's why I took it out. I'm just following the lines, free motion quilting. This is obviously a metallic, you can see the bling in it, and I've just slowed down the machine. I've got the tension on for free motion quilting for this one. I've got it on about 4. Which seems to be working well. Normally with free motion tension I would have it around about between 5 and 6, and it all depends on the machine. So you can see it's starting to come together there. I'll see if I can move it a bit closer. Those big reels would on that thread stand I ordered the other day. Yes, those big reels. Okay, so this is actually one of the designs from my BOM, my block of the month. that's coming out soon. Slowly getting it together and getting the pattern written up. You know how long it takes me to do these things. Which is good because it means there's no pressure on you. So this one is a part of Candy's garden. So I can't give you this design yet, but you can see it's quite pretty. And I'm doing a red rose this time instead of doing a pink one. Thought I'll do red. Oops, too much of a pause in one section. Now, to get rid of that pen, I'm going to have to maybe do a bit of painting in there. So, might be, that sounded a bit chunky. So what I might actually do is use what they call Inktense pencils. So what I might, at the end of this, I might paint those areas with a fabric fixative, and then tomorrow I can do a demo on how to use the Inktense pencils. So they're quite a different kind of pencil to use. I'm just making sure that thread's coming along nicely. Yep. Twists and turns. Oh, a bit of a shredding going on. Just cut off. I can see it's starting to shred now. Just pull it through. Just make sure she's not jumped out of anything. Yes, it has. There we go. That's why. Cracked it. Jumped out of its little thing. Okay. So, hi Galton. Hi Judy. So I'm just cutting off and rethreading. Needle down in the right position. Pull that through. Grab him. I'm just going to check under here because it sounded like it got a bit chunky, and give it a bit of a trim. And I'm going to change this bobbin again because I've taken a whole heap of bobbins into the house. So I've left myself nothing in here. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? So I've got a bobbin with a bit of black on it. That'll do. Alright, grab. Just bring that bottom thread up. And you can see there's a bit of a twist around that needle. With these metallics, if you don't take that twist out early in the piece, it becomes a problem later in the story. Alright. Hi Judy, how you going? Okay, so coming back down here, I need to just finish off this little area and get back over here, and then go up and do that bud there and that one over there. So now you might wonder what I actually have. Oops, a daisy. No, don't want that one there. In behind here. So it's got a stabilizer, and then I've got 2 layers of a cotton backing. It's 100% cotton, a wadding, sorry, and no backing. Okay, so I'm just going to line up that needle again. Probably try and do it a better job this time. There we go. I'm going to bring up that bobbin, so needle down, needle up, and making sure there's no twist in that top thread. Sorry, I know my hands are in the way. I'm trying to get them out of the way. I should try Pat, but haven't done anything, so should be tired. What about you, Pat? Yeah, tired. Yeah, look, it's been a big weekend, I think. Everyone's a bit tired. All right, so I'm just going to hold on to that thread for a second and just step forward. I'm going to move that thread out of the way. I am going to trim it right down to the ground. There we go. Because I've done lots of little knots, it should just work fine. Okay, so to get over the other side, instead of cutting off and yada yada yada, I'm just going to travel along the same line that I've already stitched, like I do in other things. It's called traveling. Now with this one, I don't have any bag batting behind it, so you'll see the difference. The ones with the bag batting sit very, very tight and firm, and they don't tend to, I don't have issues with it pulling in. I'm just going to cut that off there. And with a 12 weight, it will still cut in your bobbin. Hello, everyone. Hello, Julianne. Just making sure I'm not missing any comments. Now I'm going to move up to these, sorry, and getting back to those threads. These threads are normally $13 a reel, okay? I've got them on sale at the moment for $10 a reel. So, oh, that was a bit of a knot, wasn't it? Goodness me. Darling, what's going on, little machine? You've got this, oh, sweetheart, what happened? Oh, she's upset with me. All right, let's have a look under here. What did it do? Had a bit of a chewing up. Hang on. Might be a cut off situation. Hang on, let me just cut that off. I think I'm ready for an early night. Yeah, probably. Me too. Okay. Just cleaning up that. I'm going to check my bobbin because that's the second time it's done it, which normally means there could be some nasty bits in there. Just going to move the camera back a fraction. Lift up there and have a quick squeeze just to make sure that there's no little bits of anything in there that shouldn't be in there. I'll just grab my tweezers. Oh, hang on, I've got my, there it is. I don't need the tweezers, I've got that. So this is a very, very, very important part of keeping your machine maintained, is making sure that you've got rid of all that fluff, okay? So, and that means going in behind, underneath, in between these little feed dogs, in there. It doesn't take long. Oh, fluff up my nose. It doesn't take long for it to accumulate, especially when you're using lots of wadding. And some waddings lose a lot of fluff compared to others, and especially if you're using 100% cotton thread. Just thought I'd let you know. Yep, that has got a little bit of a fluffy bit in. Try not to that sort of thing if you can. You can avoid that because you'll just blow it into the mechanics, and that's not where you want it to go. You want it to come out. And what I tend to do is just rotate this around just so I can get into some of those little grooves. And then she's ready to go. Probably could do with a drop of oil. A big fluffy bit. Got another bit of fluffies. I think that's good. Alrighty. So just that little bit of cleaning. Now I cleaned that day before yesterday. Look at that. I've got a felt factory going on here. So just making sure I put everything back where it should be. These have a little dot on them. You've got to line up that dot. This goes back in here nice and steady. Down she goes. Close it back up. Yeah, don't go to bed on me yet. No falling asleep. I know that my voice puts you guys to sleep. No going to sleep yet. I'm thinking I might even bypass that little doodah in the front there because that's got a bit of tension on it. That can be a bit of a pain. I'll see if that's happy doing that. If not, then we go back to the basics. All right. Cleaned up, ready to go. Okay, come back here. I've cut off all the excess thread that was underneath. Bring that back up. Hold on to him when I first start. All right. Okay, so let's go and just slowly move through there. There we go. Now, that sounds a bit better. Oh, doesn't like you know, seems to be okay. It doesn't really like doing this backwards thing. But as long as I stay slow and don't try and rush it, I think as soon as I try and rush it, she's going to crack it. Because anything metallic, it just has that, just has a different, the way it works is different. I'm just going to lower my tension a bit. It looks like it's still too tight, it's pulling up. Can you see that? Not that I'm overly worried about it. But it is eyelashing. Looks like couching, doesn't it? So I'm not using, I know my fingers are looking like they're bent and pushing, but they're actually not. They're just sort of sitting there. I'm really using the palm of both hands to maneuver the fabric. Okay. And then I'm going to cut that off. Trouble is can't go to bed as I might miss learning something. Promise you that tonight I go to bed. So this, that's 2. Now you can see that there's 1 and there's 2. Now I'm going to do that little tiny bud up there. I'm just making sure that that's pulled through and drop it down. I know that bobbin's there. I'm just going to pull it out of the way. By doing those couple of little stitches that I just did there, that sort of knots it off to start, but without making too much of a mess. So I can see there it's a little bit tight in some directions, and some directions are worse or better than others, and it could be just pulling tight because I don't have it on a proper stand. I've done the cheating thing and I've stood it at the back of the machine and just got it sort of floundering there, the thread that is. I'm just going over it twice there, and I'm going to come back over here. Before I do, I'm going to trim it. Oh, Pat, I know exactly what you're coming from. I'm just so glad that Michelle is doing all these tutorials as I can get enough information. I love them. Yes, Judy, you're right there. Oh, thanks, ladies. Now, I'm just going to reiterate, there won't be a live sale on Monday night because I'm going to run some more tutorials. So just FYI. But Pat, guess what? Guess what came in like courier today? You won't believe it. I've put one aside for you, but I cannot tell you how huge this thing is. It's massive. All right, so got rid of all the little bits and pieces. So you can see there, I've done my, the Dream Big panel, but it's the massive one for the backing, and it would probably suit a queen size bed. What was the name of the thread? Julianne, the thread is called Glamour, Wonderfil Glamour. Hang on, just see if I can get it to zoom. Hang on, let's see if I touch the screen, does it zoom in? No, hang on, I'll go back a bit. There you go. It's Glamour, Wonderfil Glamour. I've got lots of colours. This is one of them. There's reds, there's golds, there's silver, there's yellow, there's lemon, there's apricot, orange, browns, there's so many spearmint, all that sort of stuff. But I've given that little bit of a bling there, so I'm just going to take this out, do the naughty thing and pull it back the wrong way, and just wind that off. So the panel price on that massive panel patch is $70. It's huge, massive. And I wasn't going to tell you until tomorrow, but I have to give you something to sleep on. I'm going to do the same thread and going to use the green. So I've got a selection, and I mean at $10, I know it's only a $3 saving, but that's $3 in your pocket. So you can get more threads and save a few dollars. Oh, come on, get caught in my nail. There we go. So my bobbin is black, so I'm going to have a little bit of a black look through the lighter colors, so that's fine. I just, as I want it. Yeah, look, it's a massive quilt. Panel. It's huge. I'm gonna have a look at it tonight, and I'll be able to tell you tomorrow what the actual measurements of it are. So I'm just finding a place to start. What I'm thinking of is where I can start and stop without cutting off and getting some other things done in here at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to go needle down. There's that little fella. Hold on to him. Needle down. Oh, come on. Work with mama. Hold on. Okay, so I don't have a metallic needle in my machine at the moment, even though I'm using a metallic. I just have a size 16 superior needle. Those came in today as well, the back orders. The other thing that came in back from the back orders is the batting joiner. So yeah, this looks like it's been couched. Looks pretty cool actually. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I like it. So I'm just taking my sweet time. I don't particularly want to rush it. Thinking though I still need to loosen that thread off a bit. I'm just going to pick that up and trim that off. And I ordered 10 of the panels, so it's limited. And I don't know if I can get any more, so it's going to be a case of what I've got is what I've got. Oh no, I might be able to get some more. Just trying to think of what he said to me on the phone. So I'm just going over some lines, you know, twice, and just so they look a little bit thicker. And it also helps cover up some of that blue line. Okay. There we go. Hey, don't be making chunky noises. So just holding on to that so I don't lose it. And I'm going to go down to the next leaf. So I might be able to bury that thread. Oh, look at that. No, it doesn't want to do that. Oh, poo. Don't do that, Michelle. You'll shred it. There it is. It's shredding. Ah, poo poo. Oh, okay, what's going on here? Just having a check. Oh, okay, it's got caught somewhere. Hang on. I might just check the back. Yep, all good. Oh, there's some underneath. Shouldn't be there. Come on. I might actually Just check that thread at the back of the stand there. Did the panels come in different colours? No, it is the rainbow one. Only one. Whoops a daisy. Yeah. I'm just making sure this thread's okay and it's coming off easy. Alright, so whenever I use any kind of metallic, I always make sure that my thread is not being hampered by anything. Sometimes if it only takes something small and then it sort of pulls, and then you get that real eyelashing thing going on. So what I'm going to show you next, when I finish doing this leaf, I want to show you these. I'm going to do them a little bit different. It's still going to be using a straight stitch and free motion, but I want to show you how I make them look a little bit different. Just remembering, I do that fly this off your pants, seat of the pants thing. So what I might have done somewhere else on some other project might not work on this one. Just saying. Getting caught? No, good. I want to get up to here. I was going to do them in yellow, so I'm actually thinking once I do this leaf, I'll swap over to the yellow. And I might actually have to swap my bobbin. Go backwards. There. So to get over the other side, because I know it likes going this way, so I'm just going to go the way I know it's happy doing. And then I'm going to come over here and just follow the line I went on. And oops a daisy, a bit of a wobble. Here. Now it's going through a lot of layers, plus it's also going through a bit of glue, and you can see it's pulling again, so something's caught it. Yeah, that's right, it's because it's eyelashing there, so I've got to go back and stitch over that baby. I don't mind the little black dots in there because it gives it that couch look, but I don't want the black on the yellow, do you know what I mean? Like it'll look a bit gross. Alright, so I get to there. Did the panels come in different colours? Yep, got that one. Okay, so see? So I've got some of the green going. So now it looks like I'm actually hand embroidering. Not. All right. So I'm just going to see if I can find a yellow in here. Oh, I have, or an orange would do. What do I have in here? Oh, I have a semi-goldy colour. What else can I use? No, that's not them. No, that's a silver. That is blue. Let me grab a yellow. I thought I had one. I'm going to use this one. It's like a light gold. Was told to put the small piece of wadding between thread and first place you thread machines when using metallic. Hope that makes sense. No. Small piece of wadding between thread and first place you thread the machine. Oh, okay. Up here. Yeah, I do that on my long arm. I actually have a piece of wadding and all my threads go through that. Sort of defrags them before they get here. Yeah, the wadding actually helps them unravel because these threads have got a fair amount of twist on them. So Sometimes they're better off being upside down too. Just depends on the way the thread comes off the reel. So I'm just going to change this. I want to really want to show you what I'm going to do next. Come on, machine, fingers, get moving. Oh, seriously. Oh, mini. There we go. Okay, just trim that off. Yeah, so I could put a bit of wadding up here, just stick it down up there and have it sit on that and go through there. That wouldn't hurt. But I don't have, well, I might have. So I can put that like that, have it like that, and just take that over there. And that might help. Thanks, ladies, didn't know that. Yeah, stops kinking and breakages. Yeah, so I've got it set up there. All right, now let's just sort this bobbin out. Yeah, I do it on my long arm, but I just never think to do it on my sit down. All right, so what I'm going to do, because this has got a lot of grain and it doesn't really like me much, I'm going to put a like a lighter colour. I might even put a yellow. I've got a yellow here that got a bit of dirt on it, or dust. It's a result, so it'll do the job. I'll pop that on it. All right, let's try it. See if I can get this to work while I've got threaded. It should. All right, speed her up. Oh, put down. Put that in. Okay. I do it for embroidery machines. Oh, okay, yeah, it's a good tip. That someone actually told me that. And the other thing I find too is those socks. You know, the can show where. Yes, I will. I'll show you what I've done. So that way you can see what I'm talking about. I'm just going to stop there. That's plenty. Take that out. Oh, now it's clean. All right, so I'm just going to pull that back, make sure it's all good. Pop the bobbin in, and I'll just move the camera and I'll show you where I've got it, so you know what I'm talking about. Should work. Okay, so this is the top of the machine, and oops a daisy, let me get that right. There it is. So I've got the thread coming from behind there, and on top of my little thing I've folded over a bit of wadding, and I've just got it feeding through. The sticky tape won't touch it. It's a bit of sticky tape I used, or got off a bolt. Sorry, I moved it. So it's going through there from behind. There's the thread over behind. Okay, and then it comes through the machine. Oh, okay. All right, let's get this up close again. Let's bring this back, foot up. Now I'm going to slow this machine right down. This machine is as slow as it can possibly go. All right. Needle down, needle up. Bring up that big piece because it was a big piece. Needle in the down position, holding on to that thread just for the second, and just let it do a bit of a knot. Lift up that foot so I can just trim that baby off. Okay. Now it's going so slow. It's snail pace, yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is go right up this center. Can you all see what I'm doing? Very, very slow. Big stitch. See that big stitch? All right, now. So there's a big stitch there. So I'm going to, thanks for showing the ladies what I meant. Yeah, that's all right. All right, so I'm going to see this big long one. I'm going to come out. I'm going to do a stitch here, a little tiny stitches there, and then I'm going to come out, out, down. Oops, a daisy. Got it caught under there. There we go. And I'm going to go out, a big jump, whoops a days, got caught on that again. I need my closed-toed foot, don't I? And you can hear it, it'll grind a bit because it's not happy about doing what I'm doing, but it will do it. So you can see how I've created that little... Okay, Judy, yep, no worries. So I've created those little things there. So I'm going to see that big long stitch, one big long stitch, then just little ones down the stem. Make sure that thread is picking up the bobbin. A big stitch, big long jump. See that big long jump? About 3 times, and make it stitch down. Then I'm going to turn it. See how I've got those great big long stitches? So I'm doing like a long and short stitch. See that? Big long one. Yeah? Just making sure it's pulling through here nicely, and it is. And then when I get down to the bottom there, I do a couple of little stitches. Make sure I cross over that center, that stem in the center. Then I come up to the next one. And I'll do a big long stitch, and I'll do it a little bit longer. I can see it's starting to shred a little, so being slow also helps. I can see that it's shredding a little bit. I think I might have stitched past it. Yeah, I have. Okay, go to the next one. What do you, oh, have the foot down, Michelle. So I've crossed over that center bit, and I'm going to do a big long stitch, and then go to the next one and big long stitch. So rather than having lots of little tiny stitches, I've just got a nice long stitch there. Oh, caught the thing. Hang on. There we go. I'll turn it around so it faces me probably better. Never panic. That's the key. All right, so I'll cut it off. No, Julie, I understood what you mean. I just had to read it through twice. So have a look at that. There's my little wheat, little barley or wheat little bit there. See? So that's how I do those. Now, to do these other ones, I'm just going to, oops a days, that was my finger. Needle down, might chew it up again, might not. Just get that bit of thread out of the way. Under there. I'm still going slow, so I'm just going to go up the center. Nice and steady. It's got a twist in it, I can see it. Oh no, it's going down all right. Okay, so then I'm going to come back down. I'm pretty much going in the same holes that I went in before. Just reduces some of that that shredding. Take that little bit off. Now, this is, you can do this any which way, but I'm going to do these little circle like that, fill it up, and I've sped it right up so you can see that. So a little circle, it's probably going to shred on me. I'm okay with that if it does. So I'm filling them in as I go. So you can see this thread's actually really handling this well, considering it's surprising me actually. And I'll probably speak too soon, but you know, I might put another one here. And another one here. Alright. There we go. Now, let's go. That's another stem. Actually, I might just slow her down a fraction. Go up here. This one here. And go down. Do it 3 or 4 times and then cut off. Oh, did you hear that? Doesn't like that, cutting that thread sometimes. That means the thread's too thick for it. It might crack it. I'll see if I've cut the backing yet. So it's okay though. It got over itself. I'll just make sure there's nothing hiding. No, nothing stuck in under there. That's got. I'll just make sure that's all threaded. I'm just going to re-thread this. Sometimes I like to just re-thread the needle when it's metallic, just so they can get past any shredding. Sometimes the shredding just, you can't get past it. Okay, I'm going behind that thing now, just to see if it'll keep it in place a bit better, but not, I don't want it to shred. So if it starts shredding on me, that's it, I'll go back. Okay, so that's the stem for this one. So I'm going to, so when you get this pattern, if you've already booked in for the block of the month, you don't have to do this by hand, hey. You can do this all on your own with your machine. Why not? Look at that. So I'm just going to go and do a circle, fill it in. Okay, the next one, circle, fill it in. Circle, and I've got it all blingy. Circle, fill it in. Circle, fill it in. Circle, fill it in. Circle, fill it in. Okay, and back to where I started. Okay, didn't mind that cut then. So, see? So, there's a rosebud over here. How about we do this one yellow? You know, or it doesn't matter. It's all entirely up to you. So we'll just do this one yellow. Whoops, a daisy. Got a bit of a shredding. Oh, there it goes. There she is. So let's trim this off. I think I need to give that a bit of a trim. Might be able to take some of that out. Just a bit of overkill. That's because I didn't hold on to the starting thread. All right. What not to do. I can teach you that very quickly. That's all good. Yeah, made a bit of a knot at the back. That's all we had to get past. Alright, and obviously it doesn't like being behind this little thing here, so I'm going to avoid it again. I know that some machines will let you bypass that and other machines won't, so it just depends on your machine as to what it'll let you do. Okay, oops, today's scissors are in the wrong spot. So I'm going to do some of these orange, but you know, I've got 3 yellow ones over here. So let's do one yellow here and one up the top. But I'll start with this fellow. I'll do this rose. Just put that in there. And because I'm going so fast, well, this is not fast, but it's a lot more faster than what I was going. It's faster than what I was going before. It will crack it. So I'll slow it down a fraction more. I know that's time consuming, but that's a yellow rose. So I'm going to do this one here. Now you'll notice that these are very much separate from the actual stem. So it doesn't want to grab, there we go. So I'm just going to Go across on an angle. And then outline. Okay. So glad I'm not the only one who has these hassles. Yeah, of course not. No, we all have them. Those who say they don't are lying. So got that one going. So what I'm doing is I'll see if I can do it again without my fat hands in the way. So I'll do one over here and I'll hold on to that thread to get it started. I'll do one over here. So needle down. Can you all see? I'm hoping you can see. Okay, yep. So I'm going back or forwards and back, just filling in that little area. Nice and steady. And then I'm coming around the outside twice. Okay. And then stop. Cut off. And just because this thread is a bit shitey when it wants to be, when it doesn't like being pulled through like that, it's shitty with me. There we go. There's the next one. See? So can you see those? Them? All right. So you do all those along there, and then you're going to do the stem. So I'm just going to hang on to this. This one doesn't chew on it. Still wants to chew. That's not too bad. Definitely helps to slow down the machine. So yeah, I have a full range of these threads. I do like them. They are very pretty. They can be a little bit testy to use, but once you get used to them, it's not really that big a deal. You sort of just know that you've got to slow down. You're doing a metallic area, no different to any other metallic, and use a bigger needle. Give the metallic some room to get in there. You know, I'm just going to get that out of the way. Slow and steady, absolutely. Very much so. Slow and steady wins the race. So, that down. We're getting there. And you can see how it starts to pull in? If I was using that bag batting, it wouldn't do that. There's not a chance in Hades it would move anywhere. But because I haven't got the bag batting under it, oh, there's a bug hanging off me. There it is. Got it. It's pulling, and this is classed as heavy. This is heavy stitching, this bit here, so it will pull more. I can loosen that fibre a little bit, but it will still always have that pull there. It's a case of, if I don't want that pull to show, I need to quilt it to death. So if you want there to be no pull, see how it's starting to pull? To show when you're doing these sort of things by machine and not by hand, then you need to use something a lot firmer than just wadding. It needs to be like a bag batting, something really quite substantial. Be stiffer in your quilt, but it ain't going nowhere. Or you need to use a hoop, even. A hoop would do it. If you've got a hoop, you can use a hoop. Yeah, a little bit there. So I have to tell you, I've cut, and actually I spent all day cutting, and I only was packing, but I've got to double check as I go. So I don't want the same mistake happening last time. Yeah, I've got all the orders packed, well, cut. So now I'm going to be packing. So tomorrow morning I'm going to pack orders. I was going to do it tonight, but I figured that I might need to sleep. If that's all right with you guys. I didn't think you'd mind if I had a bit of a sleep. So you'll see the first couple of stitches might not pick up. That's because I'm holding this thread and it puts pressure on it. Just so you know that it's not the machine, that's me doing that. And there. Take that off there. And cut. Got one more little one. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. Cracks it when you do things like this. Bobbin's come out of its thing, I think. Yeah. If it gets any of the metallic stuff in the bobbin, that's when it'll carry on, and literally carry on. Well, this machine does anyway. I don't know about yours, but mine does. Mine cracks it. Doesn't like that metallic stuff in the bobbin. Just got to move the needle over. Come on. There we go. Okay. And something's pulling. No, it's just me. Okie doke. And I'm just going to put that down, and I'm actually going to loop that back out of that. So I've literally threaded it and then unthreaded it from that little thing, because if I tried to thread the needle, which I've done before, without it in that groove, it tends to carry on like a bloody 2-bob watch. So I'm over it carrying on. I just want it to do its job. Michelle, I missed way back what you said about tension and stitch length. Thanks. Okay, free motion quilting, so no stitch length. Tension for metallic, I've got mine down to 3 and it seems to be happy. I haven't adjusted my bobbin at all. My normal tension for just normal sewing would be 4. And normal free motion quilting tension for me would be around about 5 3/4, so nearly 6. So this is quite loose for free motion quilting for me, but it seems to be doing the job just fine. Now, my glasses have just decided to fog up, so I'm just going to grab that thread. Now, you know, I've taken my glasses off, so I can't see a bleeding thing. That was stupid, wasn't it? What is it doing now? Okay, let me just cut that off, because it seems to be doing something weird and I can't see properly because I took my glasses off. And the reason why I took my glasses off is because I just had a hot flush. Okay, so let me go find these glasses because they were fogging up. Oh, there we go. Now I can see. So I'm going to grab that tail. Being a metallic, hold on to the baby. You see what happens when you don't. It doesn't want to stitch, so something's going wrong. Not picking up the bobbin. Why for? You will not pick up bobbin. Everything else is right. Just going through all the right doodahs. Okay, I only did that after I threaded the bobbin, so I'll try again. Needle down, needle up. There we go. Picked up the bobbin. You all saw that. That's proof. Now, where do I work from here? So let's grab that bobbin. Hang on to that as well, hey? And needle down. And I hope you can see my hands aren't too much in the way. There we go. See, all else fails, go back to plan A. So I'm making this stem a little bit thicker than the others. I'm going up, back a couple of times, sort of going next to where I just stitched. And because I'm going very slow, I can do that quite accurately. As soon as you start speeding up too fast, that's when you make your mistakes. So you can see I'm also making the bottom of this a little bit thicker than the top, okay? Now we'll cut that off so it looks, see, it's thinner up here than it is down there. I don't know if you can see that or not. There you go. I'll just trim off this, and obviously it's not finished, but I'll just pull that through. You can see where it's going. All right, let me just move this out of the way. Move some threads and go out of the way because I've got a whole pile of metallic threads just sitting here, as in cut-offs. So I'm going to take this off the stand. Hey. Alrighty. There we go. So just that, I mean, I did that really slow, but as you can see, this is the way the panel goes like that there. And see how it's thicker at the bottom than the top? And that is all done on machine, free motion quilting. And man, I'm thinking that, you know, you don't have to do hand embroidery by hand. As long as you've got the design and you've got the thread, you can sew it, okay? There are no limits. It's only your imagination. All right, so imagination is the only thing that will limit you. So just remember that, ladies. It's entirely up to you as to how good or how much you can do with the stuff you have. Have a think about how many applique patterns or embroidery patterns you've got in your stash, that you've got in those magazines. It's just full on. That just opens up your whole world. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to finish that off in the morning, and then I'm going to show you how to use the Inktense pencils. So I will, I might even do it without, oh no, I'll need the fabric stabilizer. So fabric fixative. So I'll paint some fixative on it before I go live, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for your patience, because I know I was going to be on early today, but it didn't quite happen. The measurements for this panel, oh, here we go, 108 square inches. 108 square inch panel. Yeah. I do like Inktense. They're good, aren't they? With Candy's quilt, what do you suggest to draw the pattern on the fabric with, please? Judy, you could use any of those chalk pencils. If you're going to iron, you can't use your blue line. Thank you for having us. No worries. Stella, thank you, Helen. You're welcome. What's that say? I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, so Judy, with any kind of embroidery, you can actually draw it on with a blue line pen or a friction pen, anything like that. All right, so even a chalk pen, as long as it's washable. If you're going to be washing your quilt, that is, just remember that you might not be washing the quilt. You might be just hanging it up. Looking forward to seeing the pencil work. Yes. And I have the blocks, you know, the Inktense blocks. They're fantastic. Good night, Pat. Have a good night's sleep. I will see you guys tomorrow. I am literally, I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. 8 o'clock at night. See you tomorrow, guys. And I might get those toothpicks underneath my eyelids out. I think I've even got a lazy eye tonight. All right, ladies, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Love you all. Bye.